Hello, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading for September 2023. This is for Aries Sun and Aries Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional occult cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Aries. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Aries, September, what can I say? It's a complicated month. It's a complicated month, but it is a great month. Okay, it's very interesting because the first 2 weeks. It's very Jekyll and Hyde. The first 2 weeks of September are very different from the last 2 weeks of September. Now, this month we have 6 trines. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And Aries, this is a big month for you, all right? And I'm going to tell you why. Well, there's many reasons why. There's hundreds of reasons why. But the main is that Mars, your ruling planet, is blazing through this month, okay, in Libra, while all the other planets are retrograde, except for Venus. Venus is starting to wake up. Venus goes direct on September 4th, but it's like Sleeping Beauty just waking up, okay? So, you know, when you just wake up, you're not just like ready to go. You don't just go out the door like, woo, right? It takes you a while. You gotta like get into it, right? So that's Venus, okay? So but still, Venus is going direct. So you're definitely gonna feel that. And Venus was in Leo, is in Leo, and will be in Leo up until October. So this is really great because this is your 5th house of pleasure, of fun, of romance, of love, of creativity, self-expression, even family and your children and your kids. But you're gonna start feeling movement there, things that you've been reassessing, okay, things that you've been spending a lot of like deep diving in. All right, so keep that in mind. That is something that's really great that's happening. Also, Mars, your ruling planet, like I said, blazing forward, okay, while all these other planets are retrograde. Mercury is retrograde too up until mid-September. And so this is the breaking point. This is where things get really interesting, is mid-September. All right, so this is what's going to happen. First, I want you to know, even though the first 2 weeks of September, we have 6 out of 8 planets that are, 7 out of 8 planets, 6 out of 8 planets that are retrograde. I want you to know, sometimes in those moments, things don't happen as fast as we want them to. You could feel that things are moving a little bit slowly, but to be honest, they will not be for you, okay? Particularly for you. You are going to be busy. Things are going to be really busy for you, and you're going to have to stay awake. You're going to have to be aware, and you're going to have to, you know what? It's Mars. It's Mars, your ruling planet, right? I explained this in my last reading. Mars is your ruling planet. Where does Aries come from? Aries, the god of war. So Mars, this aggressive, go-getting, ambitious, very driven planet in Libra, a sign of peace, right? Do the math. Mars is not like being in Libra. Mars is detriment in Libra. Mars is, Aries, Libra is your opposite sign. Okay, so it's blazing forward while all the planets are sleeping. Venus is starting to wake up. But so you will feel a lot of that, okay? You're going to feel a lot of that, especially in relationships and partnerships, all right? Keep that in mind. That's going to be a really big thing for you. It is all, Mars is going to be in Libra up until next month, all right? Until about the 13th, 14th, but then it leads up to the solar eclipse that we're going to have in Libra in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So you want to keep your eyes on Mars. But again, Mars can be really aggressive. It's even if Mars is aggressive, what matters the most is how you handle it, how you take charge, okay? What you make of it. So think of yourself like on a kayak with a couple friends, right? And they've all had a little too much to drink. One is leaning over this way, wine bottle in hand still. The other one's like trying to take a selfie the other way. you're the one that has to keep this kayak of your life balanced. All right. This is going to be really important. There's a lot of emphasis on keeping things balanced. All right. Everything this month can be smooth sailing for you if you allow it to be, or you could capsize. All right. That's why you want to really own it right now and really be taking control. All right. Taking control of the Mars in Libra activity that's happening. Now, here's the other thing that's happening. I already mentioned there's going to be a huge emphasis on relationships. That is going to be partnerships. It can be friendships even. When I say partnerships in work, career, or even relationships, like personal relationships, right? Love and romance. But there is also going to be a huge emphasis on work. All right. This is going to be big. All right. Mercury, we are in Virgo season. That is your 6th house. Mercury is in Virgo. Mercury is retrograde in Virgo. I made a video on Mercury retrograde in Virgo and how that is going to affect every sign. If you want to take a look at that, I'll leave the link up somewhere. But it really is reassessing, a lot of Aries right now. You want new things. You want new careers. You want to climb the ladder. You want to, be seen. You want promotions. You want to start your own business. It is clear as day. And if you're not here for work, if you're not here for career, it's love, okay? It's love. There's a lot of love you want to bring into your life. There's partnerships that you want to secure. And if you are in a relationship, you want to take it to the next level. You really want to ascend, but also you really want to find a lot of peace within it. There could have been some rocky moments, I'm not going to lie, with Venus retrograde in Leo, all right? So keep that in mind. Mars is going to rock the boat, okay? So again, it's your ruling planet. It is in Libra. The whole goal is to be balanced. It's all about that equilibrium right now. So halfway through the month, that's when Mercury goes direct, okay? And so it goes direct the day after we have a new moon in Virgo. This is going to be really big for you, Aries. New moons, new opportunities, all right? Again, in your 6th house, all right? So a lot of it's work-related, career-related, but a lot of it's just, it's everyday activities. It's your routine. So you can see a big shift around this time. It's really a time where everything that you've been reassessing for the first 2 weeks, take action, plant those seeds, okay? Plant those seeds, manifest things. And when I say manifest things, don't just dream about things, put action toward your goals as well. All right. This new moon is really beautiful. It's really big. It's a really nice new moon. Uranus is, harmonious here, bringing a lot of surprise. So a lot of surprising things could happen around this new moon as well. So the other thing that's happening is we are going to be moving into Libra season. So the sun is moving into Libra. So remember how I said Mars is going to be in Libra all month? Well, the sun is moving into Libra. So this is really great because the sun is all about optimism and warmth and growth and vitality, and it brings resolution. So if there are any challenges that Mars brings up, the sun is there to kind of, be that, hallway monitor. It's like Mars is going around with a water gun at a, I love dry sand party. Okay. Your I love dry sand party. And now you've got to, the sun is going to be like, and you're going to have to make sure that there is, order. Okay. If things get a little chaotic, but the sun is going to really help you. I also want you to know that on the 8th, by the way, the sun will trine Jupiter. This is the best day of the month, the luckiest day of the month, and one of the best days of the year. So that's like the saving grace of the first 2 weeks, okay? Especially with Venus starting to wake up. So that's really great. The other thing that's happening is I talked about Mercury. So by mid-month, remember I said it's split into the first 2 weeks are very different from the last 2 weeks. We are kicking off the last 2 weeks with that new moon in Virgo. We're moving into Libra season. At this point, none of the inner planets are retrograde, and those are the ones that we feel the most, right? Venus, Mars, and Mercury. So you're going to start feeling things moving. For you, I'm getting an energy of like light speed. And so what's really interesting is that you're still going to, with all the outer planets retrograde, tap within. You're still going to take that time to really, really know what you want, really tap into your intuitive side, especially because Aries, heads up, we have a full moon in your sign at the end of the month. Okay, we have a full moon in your sign at the end of the month. So what I want you to do, Aries, do you remember in the beginning of the year, can you believe it's September already, by the way? You may not remember, but if you journal, and if you don't journal, I want you to think of these 2 dates, March 21st and April 19th. Think about what happened around that time, okay? Especially the March 21st. Okay, we had 2 new moons in your sign, all right? One in March, one in April. It was very interesting. And I'm not going to get into it, but, where these are cycles. So think about what were doing around March 21st, 2023. Okay, because you could see some conclusion or activity or just any sort of like maybe even closure around something that you launched around that time, or maybe entering a new cycle around this full moon at the end of the month. Again, we're going to talk a lot about this more in detail, all right, when I do your spread, but keep that in mind. There's a lot happening this month. There's, again, I said we have 6 trines. Trines are very auspicious. This full moon in Aries, I mean, come on. This is really big, all right? And it's actually really good. It's a great full moon. A lot of y'all, I feel like you're gonna be you're gonna get a new job, you're gonna have a new partnership, whether work or love, or ascend in those areas. There's again, this is a big month for you, Aries. It's a really big month for you, and there's just so much happening that I'm just going to break that down week by week, okay? And so if you are new to my channel, stick around, because after I do your reading, I break it down week by week to give you an idea of what to expect every week this month. Again, there's not as many aspects as we've had recently, but they're powerful aspects. They're major aspects. We even have the sun trining Pluto. This is one of the most powerful days, okay, of fall. I mean, we're kicking off fall, by the way. It's happening a few days before the sun enters Libra, and fall in the northern hemisphere. All right, here in Brooklyn. So, with that said, Aries, there's a lot going on. I'm not even joking. There's gonna be a lot of focus and attention in work and career, your goals, your ambitions, but also in relationships and partnerships. All right. So, with that said, Aries, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for September 2023. The other thing is, if you are new to my channel, I do leave all the key astrological dates in the description box if you do want to follow along. All right. And again, this is for Sun, Aries Sun, and Aries Rising. If you know your birth chart, all these astrological aspects, definitely Aries Rising, you're going to feel it a lot more than Aries, but all Aries will feel it. And, with Venus waking up, and with the fact that we have this gorgeous, brilliant new moon in Virgo, and we're ending it with a full moon in your sign, okay? In your sign, I would recommend reading both your Venus and your moon. And so this full moon in Virgo, or full moon in your sign that's happening at the end of the month, again, remember, try to think back what happened in around March, okay? And for some, maybe even April too, okay? It really corresponds to the March new moon, but the April new moon came right after we had the luckiest day of the year. And so there could have been some big things that happened for y'all in April as well. But, don't forget that y'all, a lot of big things happened for y'all, all right, because Jupiter was in your sign at that time for both of those months. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, Aries, let's see what's going on for you for September 2023. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, that was a mouthful. So here's okay, I'm actually very excited to tell you what's going on in September. So Aries, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, like I said earlier. Really gives the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. Secondly, you'll see my dog has joined me. She has taken up all my table space, so we are going to maneuver around her. And The other thing is she is going to be sleeping this entire time. We just came back from a WALK. I'm going to push the computer back a little bit so you can see a little more here. All right, cool. So, Aries. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. This is gonna be a month where you're just gonna be like really cerebral. All right. Keep that in mind. Really cerebral. But you've got this. And when I say like that sense of power, remember your ruling planet Mars is like sitting in the celestial throne right now. All right. Well, it's all the spotlights on Mars. Really, just the fact that he's blazing forward. But look at your spread. I mean, wow. Okay, we're coming from the Five of Swords that came up in your past. So, what this is saying, this is a card of severity. It really is like this is saying that you've been going through it, and I'm not gonna lie, you have. Come on, we were in retrograde season. We had a lot of like, last month we had some, oppositions that weren't that great. But you've been in your head. You've possibly had some conflicts as well in your external world. You probably had a lot of conflicts with friends, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to. You could have left some. You could have just not seen eye to eye with people. You've been going through this who am I? What do I want? Like phase, okay? And you've been going deep, all right? I'm getting a lot of like frustration energy around a lot of things, but again, remember retrograde season, so it's gonna happen. But hey, this card is actually ruled by Aquarius, and as we know, Aquarius is in it's your 11th house, which is your friends. Okay, even your your social network, even social media, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to, but also your hopes and wishes and goals. So there could have been some frustrations, delays, a lot of things that you wanted. Okay, but it was almost like you were not channeling that energy in a way that was like actually helping you move forward. There could have been better ways. Is an energy that is coming up, but you're redeeming yourself, okay? You're having a big change, I'm not gonna lie, and you're gonna have to go with it, all right? Go with the current this time, all right? And I'm not saying that all Aries were like working with or not working with the energies and being frustrated, but it is when the Five of Swords, looking at your entire spread here, okay, there is a sense of like some of y'all went through changes that you weren't happy with or wanted changes that didn't come, okay? So it is almost at a point where you had to really go within to figure out what you wanted and really, like I said earlier, but also really get to a point where if you were having conflicts, if you were having challenges at work or with family or with friends, with Mars having gone into Libra, where it is about partnerships and relationships and things were just like, there could have been some heat there. So always remember to choose your battles wisely, all right? Always remember it's all about self-respect, self-dignity. It's all about coming out of any sort of battle where it's, you want to be the better person in this situation. You want to be the better version of yourself. So even if it's not with anyone in your world, that it could have been just up here. Like you could have been taking a lot of frustrations out on yourself as well. That how sometimes like when something happens, we blame ourselves. Right, like if we all there's I don't even whatever it is. I can't even think of an example right now, but those moments when you're like, oh gosh, I shouldn't have done that, or oh gosh, I should have waited, or oh gosh, I should have. No, it's not always your fault. So that's a big energy coming through where there was possibly for a lot of Aries, a lot of that energy where you were taking the blame when you shouldn't have, okay? But even still, you have the King of Swords in the heart of your spread. Remember, this is not a weekly reading. This is a monthly reading. So hey, come on. You're good. King of Swords, again, very interesting here. Swords are the mental suit. That's why there's a lot going on up here. Okay, when I say the mental suit, it's logic, it's communication, it's intellect, it's decisions. King of Swords, very powerful. It's almost like you're you're over it. You're like, I'm done with these challenges. I just want my power back. I want to blaze forward. I want these things to happen for me, and I'm ready. I'm ready for it now. Okay. There could have been a lot of confusing things that have happened too, and there still may be for the first 2 weeks of September with Mercury retrograde, as well as Venus just starting to like wake up a little bit, but also all the other planets retrograde. But it's still like going within. Now, this is a lot of power. It's a lot of authority, and the King of Swords is also Aquarius, okay? Because the kings are fixed and the swords are air. Aquarius is a fixed air sign, all right? So this is, again, your 11th house. So it's when it comes to your hopes, your wishes, your goals, and even, again, if organizations, groups you belong to, right? The Green Shark fan club, whatever it is, whatever you belong to, right? Or any sort of organization, but even just your social network, it's almost like I want to power up. I want to kiss and make up. I want to leave this behind me, and I'm ready to do it. I'll do what it takes, okay? I'll do what it takes to reach my hopes, my dreams, my goals. I love all this for you, actually. I absolutely love this. You can see that he's faced all his truths. He's looking directly at you. He's the only king that looks directly at you, all right? Has nothing to hide. No one can hide anything from this king. This is being honest with yourself, having that integrity. So that's what I love about your spread, because remember what I said about this earlier. Now, moving on, we have the King of Swords and the heart of your spread. So it's like you're powering up and you're owning up to things that you have to do and really taking control of that Mars and Libra energy. I mean, he is powerful. This is, head above the clouds, very strategic, very cunning, but also like really, really sharp. All right. Remember, all this energy in Virgo is all that, detail oriented, laser focused energy. It's laser focused. Now, remember, I said it is in your 6th house. All right. So keep that in mind. Work, health matters, even pets, if pets is a thing that's in the 6th house. But it's like the whole process of work, all right? The whole process of work, labor. And the other big thing here is you see his sword is tilted. So he is ready to strike. You're ready to go. The one thing you have to do, you have death, but death in your challenge area. You have to be willing to make these changes. I think you're going to be fine based on your spread here, and I think that you want it anyway. Some Aries, if you're in a place where you feel like it's going to be hard for you to get there, or you're afraid of this transformation that's happening in your life, or you know that you're going to have to make some changes, adjustments, again, that's what these retrogrades are there for you to go within, figure things out, okay? You have to embrace it. It's now or never, okay? It's now or never, all right? So, it's now or never starting mid-September, all right? When you can actually do things with the new moon. One thing I'm going to point out to you, you see the king with his crown knocked off? That's what happens when, death is a transformational process, all right? And it's a very auspicious card. You see the sun coming out of the horizon. You see the white horse, the white rose, all purity. Like, it's transformation, moving into this next stage in your life. But you can see the king has not accepted the change. Thus, he's laying on the ground with his crown knocked off. You have to be willing to accept the change, like the wisdom child has, okay? You even see the bishop there, right? Like, it's like you're gonna have to accept it, especially because this is in your challenge area. There is going to be a moment of, and this is a big month of change, I'm not gonna lie, especially coming out of August. Really big month of change. So accept the things that are going to happen in your life, all right? Accept the changes that you want if you don't see it favorably, you still have to accept it, because everything always eventually leads to something that you want. Life, I always say, it isn't a Disney movie. All right, you have to go through challenges, right, to get what you want. Okay. You did get the Knight of Swords, which I really love. So you see, you got the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords came up in your crown. Very interesting. I love this because you have, again, King of Swords in the heart of your spread, all that power, all that authority, ready to strike, ready to go. You got the Knight of Swords in your crown. Look at that. He is just blazing forward. Now, this card is all about, knights are very active, and this came in your crown. And this is, remember what I said about swords, about the mental suit, communication, logic, intellect. It's like your mind this month is just going to be ready to go. And you are, once you have that moment, you get to that point where you're sitting in that throne, feeling empowered, boom. Blazing forward, all right? Blazing forward. And remember, you have to embrace the change. It's up here. You want it. There's change that you want, but there may be some change that happens that's not going the direction you want. It eventually will. Think about like the bends in a river, okay? Now, the reason why, look at his, I'm going to point something out. You can see all the butterflies, right? On his armor. So that transformation, you definitely want it. You're thinking about it. There's things that you definitely want. And with the Queen of Wands in the root of your spread, it is clear as day. You are, well, for a lot of Aries, work related. She is the entrepreneur, okay? Secondly, she is the most charismatic, the most magnetic. She can walk into a room, get whatever she wants. That's the Queen of Wands, okay? So the wands, your passions, right? Creativity, ideas. But also, I'm going to point out the sunflower in her hand. It has the full powers of the sun there. Vitality, growth, optimism, abundance. Like, you are going to be fine. There's a lot of power with the Queen of Wands, but it's, again, showing that there is you wanting things, a lot of things. You want change, but you also just want whatever passion you have, whatever ideas that you have, whatever is like on your, you see the road, your path to enlightenment. You see the rainbow at the end of it. You just want to get there. That's all you want right now. Okay. And what I love about this is you pulled an Aries. She is Aries. Okay. And so it's really great that you're pulling your own card. It's almost like there is going to be a sense of you looking at your entire spread where almost like a sense of like calm and confident. Okay. You know what you want, you know where your heart's at, you know what is fueling you. You are not going to let anything stop you. Your mind is going a million miles a minute. You have all this power. You're ready to strike. You just have to be ready for change, and you will have to make a decision at some point. Okay. You did get the Two of Pentacles in your future. It looks like there is something that is happening here where there may be so the biggest thing that's coming up for me is, again, that relationship energy with Mars and Libra. And remember, Libra is all about balance. This card is all about imbalance. All right. So two big things that's happening here. One, when I say there's going to be activity with partnerships for y'all this month, there's heavy emphasis on career, partnerships in career, business, work. It is a Pentacles, right? Money, okay? But the other thing is, this card is ruled by Capricorn. And so, as we know, Capricorn is in your 10th house, right? So that, I want you to remember that, because when I say the sun is going to trine Pluto, which Pluto is in Capricorn right now, that's going to be a big thing this month, okay? But there is definitely, and this card is, I think I said earlier, it's all about imbalance, okay? So there is going to be something that may rock the boat a little bit, all right? But it's going to be a decision that you're going to have to make. And when I say rock the boat, it's not a bad thing. It's just saying that, like, maybe you are at a job right now and you do get a job offer. Now you have to choose. Do I stay at the job that I really love, and I love my friends here, and all my colleagues are my friends, or do I take this other job where it could be a big risk? And, you know, so there is going to be some sort of decision. It could also have to do with just something in your physical world as well. So it can be like relationships. Pentacles are very earthbound, so keep that in mind. You do have a really strong spread here. One thing that I do want to point out though is that I want you to put a lot of heart into, like, remember how I said you're going to be a little cerebral, well, a lot cerebral this month? Put some heart into everything that is happening this month as well. Things could be blazing forward for you with Mars and Libra, and there it could be rocky. It could be really aggressive. You could be like no holds barred now. But find that balance of heart and emotion into everything that you do this month, because you did not get any cups cards, okay? And cups are emotions and feelings and intuition. So also trust your intuition as well. But yeah, just expect there is going to be something where you're going to have to make some sort of decision. And it's a big energy on there's a lot that may be happening. And there's a big energy on it is possibly part of this big transformation, this next big stage. You are entering a really big change in your life, okay? I want you to know that. So embrace it. Embrace the changes that are coming. Now, let's get to your stuff. Aries, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do a time check. Oh gosh, okay, so Aries, if you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing I don't hear enough from my Aries. I want to hear what's going on. Y'all are so busy. So that would be great. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you. So I am truly grateful, and I really do appreciate it. And when I say you are having, your life is definitely changing this month. Okay. Let's get that clear. I want to make that crystal clear for you right now. All right. Look at your stuff. Your life is changing. Okay. What I love is that you did get the Four of Swords. Okay. This is absolutely amazing. This is very nice. I really love the fact that you got it. This is all about meditation, recovery. This is like chilling out, right? Staying frosty, right? That's it's a time where this month your mind could be going a million miles a minute. There could be a little bit of like frustration that maybe things are not happening fast enough for you, or that you're just so busy with things. It can be really stressful for you. Take some time out. Okay? Take some time out. Rest that mind, okay? Remember, don't forget that emotional aspect, that intuitive aspect, that spiritual aspect, all right? Keep hold of that. Keep that in check, all right? Because this is all about, again, meditation. Remember how I said earlier, equilibrium is a big emphasis on that this month, all right? It is very interesting because this card is ruled by Libra, right? Equilibrium comes from the word. If you break it down, it's equal, Librium, Libra, okay? So that balance is so hugely important. All right. So a lot of y'all could eventually have. So a message is coming through is some of y'all could have actually already had some change that you didn't like. Okay. I'm getting a message of like, stay with it. It's going to get better. And then there's something coming for you. There's something else coming. That's what may have been confused. Like the fact that you have death card in your challenge area, really go with these transformations that you want, changes that are happening. But this makes it a little bit more clear. Some of y'all could have had experiences that were changes that happened that you weren't like a big fan of. But I am getting the message of like, stick with it. Something else is coming. Okay. So you're going to be fine. You're going to be great. You're going to be really good. All right. But just remember, tap into your intuition, your higher self. Listen to your inner voice. I'm also going to point something else out for you. You see the 3 swords hanging on the wall? Look at where they're pointed at, okay? The heart chakra, the throat chakra, the crown chakra. Really have that awareness
really communicate the things that you need. And again, open up your heart, because I know you want to. I know you want to. Now, you did get the Hanged Man. How interesting. I love the fact that you got the Hanged Man. This is very nice. Really, really, again, you're going to be cerebral. And a lot of y'all are going to spend some time in your subconscious as well, okay? Unrooting things. These retrogrades are a really good time to do that. Spend this time, take advantage of this time doing that. Now, the Hanged Man, you see all that enlightenment, you see the halo around his head, came in your external factors area. It's almost like you're going to have this like moment of clarity is coming this month. This big, profound moment where you're like, I am ready to surrender the things I no longer need to make these big changes in my life, and prepare myself, for more changes to come. All right. So keep that in mind. And if anything hasn't happened yet, it's coming. Trust me, it's coming. Big time. I'm huge energy. But actually, the Hanged Man does come right before the Death card, okay? And so he is preparing himself for this change. And again, you had death in your challenge area, so be open to this change that's happening. Now, you did get the Page of Cups. The only Cups card that you pulled. Remember that I said open your heart. It's where it falls in your spread. It's saying that's all you want right now. You want this new beginning. But Cups, all about emotions, feelings, intuition. This is really great. I love the fact that you got the Page of Cups, because you want something new and you want to just follow your bliss. You want to follow your bliss. And it can be career. It can be a passion. It can be a relationship. All right. There's something new that you're looking for. And you're going to get it. You got the Fool in your final outcome. It's almost like the change that's happening for a lot of Aries, maybe dramatic, okay? It's going to be pretty dramatic, but it's what you want. It's what you want, okay? So if there has been changes that you've just been like, what? Just wait for it. There's still some to come. The Fool, this is kicking off the Fool's journey, the hero's journey, right? Your journey. You see the full abundance of the sun. That's how I want you to see the Fool as well. All right. I want you to read the word as Full in addition to, FOOL, because the Fool brings that fullness of life. There's so much optimism in this card. There's so much innocence in this card. And this is all about taking risks. Okay, you may be presented with some this month. It is a month that may happen. Okay, so you can even see him standing on the edge of the cliff, not even looking down. I mean, talk about long hair don't care. This is taking risk. This is having faith in yourself, trusting in yourself, trusting in the universe, taking that risk. It brings that confidence. Okay, it brings that confidence with King of Swords in the heart of your spread. Confidence is taking risks, all right? No risk, no reward, right? Isn't that the saying? Now, Aries, as I promised, I break it down week by week. Honestly, looking at just expect a new cycle in your life. Just expect it, especially after that full moon in your sign at the end of the month. Full moons bring closure. And then it starts a new cycle. Like you can expect it. You can absolutely expect change in your life. Now, as I promised, I break it down week by week. Let's see what's going on for you for the first week of September. Well, Venus goes direct. Again, very, very amazing. So it's almost like you are starting to have, like, if you've been like stressing out and if you've been worrying about things, it's like now you're going to start having fun again. Okay. If you're looking for relationships or love, that potential is really huge now. Venus is waking up. If you've been, having situations with like relationships, it's like that clarity of like kiss and make up, feel energy is coming through as well. But Mercury is trining Jupiter on the 4th. Amazing. You could hear really good news this day. On the 6th, the sun is conjuncting Mercury. This is a major Kazemi. And so even though like I said, the first 2 weeks may feel a lot's going to happen. This is amazing. This is where you may have this huge light bulb moment this day, because on the 8th, also, I mentioned earlier, the sun is trining Jupiter. So again, this is not only the best day of the month, the luckiest day of the month, it's one of the most of the year, one of the best of the year. This is, expect like growth. This is all about personal growth. This is all about success. Success. Did I say that word wrong? Did I accidentally say success? Success? Overcoming like setbacks and challenges as I keep going. But this is, so expect things to almost like clouds clearing for you around this time, okay? So let's see what's going on for you, all right? Aries, for the first week of September. Oh, gosh. You're amazing. Like, you're good. You're good. You're really good, actually. So you got the Chariot. This is all about moving forward from any challenges, any obstacles, having that willpower, that determination, really finding yourself is a big thing that's happening now. And again, you see the two Sphinxes here? They're so mysterious, right? Hey, speaking of polarity, speaking of balance, this is you mastering that balance of dualities that are happening in your life, of things that where you may be like topsy-turvy. This is you being in control. Remember, you have the King of Swords in the heart of your spread, okay? So you've got this. You've got this. And, you know, I'm going to point something out. You see that he is holding the Magician's baton from the Magician, the card 1. He's not even holding on to reins. So how is he controlling those Sphinxes, right? Up here, with his mind. With his mind. All right, that's what willpower is. All right, so again, I said you're gonna have a lot of like cerebral energy. Like you are really going to take control this month. It is clear as day here. It is clear as day. Now, the second week, we kick it off with the new moon in Virgo on the 14th. Okay, so then we have, and remember I said Uranus is very harmonious, bringing a lot of surprises. Pluto is in really good in alignment as well. And then on the 15th, the sun is trining Uranus. Another great day of surprises. Like these are great surprises, like opportunities. This is also remember, take those risks, okay? Take those risks that you need to take. Because on the 16th, Venus is squaring Jupiter. This is one of the last one. I mean, this is that breakthrough energy that we've been feeling. And remember, Venus is actually now direct. Okay, so this is really good. Again, you're going to have a lot of clarity. You're going to have a breakthrough. You're going to have new opportunities, okay, with all these aspects for the second week. So with that said, let's see what's going on for you, Aries, for the second week of September. Oh, gosh. It kind of looked like I bowed to you, didn't it? Well, I should. Like, you just got the Queen of Pentacles. And so you have the Queen of Wands, and now you got the Queen of Pentacles. This is all about, I mean, she is the richest queen. She's the richest queen, but she's very, like, giving, okay? She's very giving. You can even see her hand under the pentacle, right? And when I say giving, like in that maternal sense, like she wants to take care of people in her world, like her family, her partner, you know, extended family, whoever's in her orbit, right? But also herself, never having to worry about money. She doesn't have to worry about money. She has all the resources to build the world that she wants. This is what's happening for you. And again, if you are here for career, let me remind you, you're going to see a lot of movement this month, okay? Because the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. Remember what I said. You can even see the symbol of the sea goat, Capricorn sea goat, right there in her throne, okay? Remember what I said earlier. That's your 10th house of career, all right? So career, public recognition, achievements, honors, like, things are going to go great for you. Now, the third week of September, on the 20th, the sun is trining Pluto. This is a powerful, powerful, empowering day. It can be a really intense day. I mean, this is the sun trining Pluto, a very transformative, powerful planet. Again, that's in your 10th house. Remember that, of career. But even still, it's all about empowerment, okay? Even if you're not here for career, how you want to be seen, who you want to be. I absolutely love this. And then we move into, Sun enters Libra on the 23rd. So, Aries, let's see. And we'll talk more about these, obviously, in the weekly readings. I will go more in depth with what's going on. But let's see what's going on for you, Aries, for the 3rd week of September. You got the 8 of Pentacles. It's almost like whistle while you work. It's like there's this enthusiasm to what you're doing now. You see, he's actually, left the village to not be distracted, to work on these pentacles, to fulfill his legacy, to get closer to, his hopes and his wishes and his dreams. But again, a lot of money energy here, building that money, that empire, legacy, big, like reaching your legacy. I love this for you. One thing I want you to know is that there's probably something, Aries, that you may discover, like a skill set that you have that you were not aware of. That may happen during the first half of the week while we're in Virgo season, okay? Because remember, that does rule your 6th house. And it's like service to others, it's work, it's everyday activities, routines. But there may be something you realize, like, even you may know that you have a skill set or something that you're really good at, but you don't really use it. You may have that clarity, okay? That's a message coming through. Now, the last week of September. So we have our 2nd Mercury trine Jupiter. Amazing. This is I mean, come on. We're lucky to have this. So, really good day for like business deals, really good day for like social activity, really good day where you could hear good news. You could give good news as well. This is a really wonderful day. And then on the 29th, we have the full moon in your sign. This is really great for partnerships for you. The same day Venus is squaring Uranus, so there could be this huge breakthrough, again, a surprising breakthrough, something where you surprise yourself as well. But Mars, your ruling planet, is like dancing with Venus at this point. It's really beautiful. I love this full moon in your sign. It's a big one, by the way. It's a huge full moon. And then remember that, think about what happened, anything you initiated in March or April that could, you could see some activity resurfacing around this time. And then on the 30th, we have Mercury trine Uranus. Another, like, you could get surprising news. Mercury is all about communication. Uranus, planet of surprises, the unexpected. But this is a day of just like, Mercury is still in Virgo, so it really is just like creativity overload, okay? This is a great day, honestly. Just be forward thinking at this point. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what's going on. Again, the full moon in your sign, Aries. Let's see what's going on for you for the last week of September. You're good. Oh my gosh. You're good. How funny is it that your ruling planet, remember Mars, all about like, the really aggressive planet, and then Libra being all about peace, right? So that's happening all month long, Mars and Libra. We started off with war. We're ending with peace. And the week of the full moon in your sign, you got the High Priestess who rules the moon. You even see the moon at her feet. I mean, you're good, Aries. This is going to be a great month for you. This is going to be a big month for you, big month of change. A lot of things that you want, you're getting. You remember, you have to take action. You have to take action. You have to go within. And that's why the High Priestess comes out. She is the most spiritual, the most intuitive. She is the one who, she comes out when she says, hey, you're not spending enough time doing that soul searching, going within, tapping into your intuitive side, being in touch with your higher self. Do that now. Do that now. You're going to find all the answers there within you. She is also the guardian of the subconscious. So it's like everything that's happening up here is finally like simmering down, it's boiling down. Anyway, you're really good. Um, you have change. You have change happening. Embrace it. You need to embrace the change. And for those where change has happened, where you just like we're not cool with it, you got the Fool in your final outcome. Okay, so don't forget that. Don't forget that you're about to enter this new place in your life. You got the Hanged Man in your external factors area, someone who's preparing himself for this big change. So have that moment of clarity. Be willing to surrender. Make that sacrifice. Okay, the things that you no longer need. Okay, and that's a lot of that's going to be a lot more clear as Venus goes direct. Okay, especially after Mercury goes direct as well mid-month, but. Big month, Aries, big month. Oh gosh. Okay. So Aries, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. Next week, I'll see you next week. There's a lot going on. All right, Aries, thanks so much. Bye-bye.